What's up, guys? My name is JodyCook5 and I am one happy man because Chelsea have just beaten West Ham 5-0. Before we get into this review, it'd be much appreciated if you're able to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to that subscribe button, and it'd be much appreciated if you hit that notification button so you never miss a video. In terms of all my socials, all linked down below so you can keep up to date with everything going on with the channel. Chelsea 5, West Ham 0. What can I say? An absolute stellar performance from the minute 1 to the minute 90. West Ham were absolutely hammered, pardon the pun. Unbelievable stuff from the Blues. Why couldn't we do this at the start of the season? I'm not too sure, but it is so refreshing to see this now. I'm not too sure if many Chelsea fans can relate, but watching our team at the moment, it is something special and it is something enjoyable at the same time. 5-0 in the end, thanks to goals from Noni Madueke, Cole Palmer, and 2 goals from Nicholas Jackson's assist from Jackson, Noni Madueke, Caicedo, and Thiago Silva also. From start to finish, as I mentioned, we were absolutely sublime. West Ham just didn't come out the blocks. As much as they hit the bar 3 times, may I add, it was not really happening for the Hammers today whatsoever from the start. We really pushed. There was a lot of attacking play. We did a lot of possession at the time as well. Looking at the stats, I mean, 70% possession compared to West Ham's 30. We had 25 shots with 14 being on target compared to 13 and 2 of West Ham's. How many passes? 726 passes compared to West Ham's 297. Unbelievable stuff. So domination from start to finish, and let's get through this lineup then, and let's talk in depth about this match. This was the lineup for today's game against West Ham. Obviously we're going to be running a full detail of their player rating also, but we'll start off how the lineup actually ended up to be. Petrovic in goal. Thiago Silva replaced Alfie Gilchrist as he partnered with battered. Cucurella on the left hand side, Chalabar on the right hand side, Gallagher and Caicedo in the middle with Mudryk, Palmer and Madueke just in front with Nicholas Jackson up top. We'll start from the goalkeeper and work our way up. Petrovic, he made a fair good save, so I'd give him a 7.2 rating. He had a few saves in the second half to make. Obviously, they hit the bar 3 times in the end, West Ham, as I mentioned. Really unlucky, but yeah, he didn't really have a lot to do, but when he was called upon, I felt like he made a fair few decent saves. He's definitely the number 1 choice in front of Robert Sanchez. There's no shadow of a doubt, and I wouldn't even replace him next season, honestly. There's so much talk about Aaron Ramsdale and so on, but I really do think he is the man to be between sticks for many, many seasons. Marc Cucurella, an 8.2 rating for the Spaniard today, and what a revelation that man is turning into. The man that we originally thought that was going to be really good from Brighton didn't really turn out to be anything last season, and this season he is proving the doubters wrong. Another stellar performance from the Spaniard, and he's so good with dueling against attackers, wins the ball so comfortably, drives against attackers also and defenders, and there is just nothing that you cannot like about his performances at the moment. Top stuff from Marc Cucurella, and an 8.2 rating is definitely for himself. Benoit Badiashile, 6.8 rating in the end. He did what he needed to do. He won a lot of duels. It was a case of where he wasn't called upon too much, in all honesty. He did what he needed to do, mopped up the balls when he needed to, and it was a decent performance in the end for Benoit Badiashile. Thiago Silva, I mean, it's so sad. It's 3 games left. He got a 7.5 rating in my opinion today. It's one of those. He's aging like a fine wine. I mean, there's nothing else that's going to stop him at the moment. Even if he's getting older, he just seems to get better and better and better. 3 games left to play in blue, but the 1 game that he did play today was absolutely stunning, to be honest. He got an assist for Noni Madueke's efforts in the first half, and he did really, really well, Thiago Silva. A lot of decent play. Kind of sped it up at times, in honesty, and he's normally one for slowing it down, so I was really impressed by that at the same time. Really strong centre-back. Had his work cut out against Antonio today, who's a very strong striker, and I thought he did a stellar job at the back there with partnering against Benoit Badiashile. Trevor Chalabar played on the right hand side today, and he should have a goal in the first half after an effort literally was straight at Areola after the corner. Really unlucky, but again, a really good performance from Trevor. Another player that was kind of tipped to leave Chelsea this season. In all honesty, I'd keep him on. Really good performance for him. He seems very versatile. He knows when it needs to play for the club, and another strong performance. 7.0 rating for Trevor Chalabar. Conor Gallagher, 8.8 rating for that man for being Chelsea since birth. Unbelievable goal in the first half after the second goal of the game. A thumping effort, leaving Areola completely stranded in the net. He didn't even attempt to save it. Unbelievable stuff from Conor Gallagher. You just can't knock him whatsoever. Everything he does, it just seems to get better and better and better. So strong in the middle, he's defensively good, and ever since Enzo's gone, to be honest, I've seen that strength in the middle, and I've really been impressed with him, to be honest. Such good attacking awareness, seems to be able to get up on the goals a little bit more now, and it's so nice to see Conor Gallagher doing doing what he does best. He needs to be in a Chelsea shirt next season. Sign that man up. Don't let him go anywhere. And it is an 8.8 rating for Conor Gallagher. Moises Caicedo, 6.9 rating in the end. He got the last assist of the game for the effort of Nicholas Jackson and got VAR'd, but it did get turned into a goal in the end. Really good effort from Moises Caicedo. I wouldn't say he had his best of games, don't get me wrong. A few misplaced passes and a few dodgy tackles here and there. Obviously, we're known for the many yellow cards that he can pick up. And not a yellow today, though, which was very nice to see. But yeah, he could have done a little bit better compared to what he has done previously. He's had a fair few good performances and he's probably fairly tired. But I felt like a 6.9 rating is pretty fair for his efforts. Mykhailo Mudryk, 6.2 rating, the lowest in the team, in my opinion. He had an effort in the second half that he should have converted. It's one of those. Mykhailo Mudryk has had a poor season, again, in honesty. Yes, he's got a monster goals in a few games. But again, he's not really got firing whatsoever. He's got a lot about his game. He's got a lot of pace. He can do some very good passing. It's just that final product in front of goal that just does not deliver. It would have been nice, and I think that rating would have been bumped up if he were to have scored that goal in the second half. But it wasn't to be for Mudryk, but we're all behind him, and we're hoping he will do better in the next coming games. Cole Palmer, Cold Palmer, 8.9 rating for that man. Unbelievable season that he's having. I mean, he's having a better season than Drogba ever had in the Premier League in terms of goals wise. I've just read unbelievable stuff, in honesty. So you can't stop that man. I mean, West Ham were after him in the summer, and evidently they actually purchased him before Chelsea did, but Chelsea went and swooped on the deal, and I'm glad we did, because what a man he is turning into. I mean, everything he touches turns to goals. I think that is the most important part to mention. There's nothing that anyone can do to stop him. I mean, that first goal was sublime. He was in the right place at the right time and thumped it home past Areola, and he could have had a few more, to be honest. Created a lot of efforts. He's so good in that middle. He's so silky on the ball. He flicks it. I just don't know how he does it, but he just makes it look so easy. Noni Madueke, my man of the match today, 9.3 rating. What a game he had. He could have had a fair few more goals, in honesty, though, but he scored one and he created one. He could have had a few more assists on there as well also, but he was really good for us today. Noni has had a few problems in recent games. Don't get me wrong. I mean, after that Everton game, I did doubt of his attitude, and against that City game at Wembley, I did really doubt his attitude. But he seems to get past that, and he seems to be able to put in the shift now. I think the relationship with Pochettino has improved, and you can tell that on the pitch. It showed a man with confidence, and that is definitely what we had today. Really wanted to get a front cross goal. Half the shots were probably from himself, to be honest. Every time he'd cut in, he'd just have a go. And it wasn't being selfish, because I'd be so frustrated if he were to pass that and we were to lose the ball. I'd rather you shoot and take the effort, and that's what he definitely did today. Hats off to Noni Madueke. He's my man in the match today. Absolutely sublime performances, and I'd love to see that carrying on till the end of the season. Nicholas Jackson, probably the biggest person that's been criticised in that Chelsea team this season, is proving everybody wrong in the last two games there. Another 2 goals and another assist also added to his name. I could say he's the man of the match with 2 goals that he did score, but I would like to give it to Noni Madueke. But Jackson had a really good game. He's not scared to take anybody on. His distribution is really good at the same time, linking up with different players. He just runs at players now, and that's really good to see. He's got a lot of pace about him, and he's not a small lad. So him coming at you is definitely it's kind of very scary in my opinion. But yeah, really good from Nicholas Jackson. Took his chances when he hasn't done this season at all. There's been many of a time where he's got in the exact same positions as he did throughout the whole season, and he's completely fluffed his lines. But that wasn't the case today. 2 goals for himself and an assist, and he was definitely rounding off the season on a very big high. We also made some substitutes in the end. We saw Christopher and Nkunku come back. We had Axel Disasi come on. We had Malo Gusto come back. And we also had Alfie Gilchrist come back. Only about 15 minutes played between them all, in honesty. Not a lot of minutes played. I can't really rate them whatsoever. But it's nice to see a few more faces in the squad sheet. But overall, we absolutely battered West Ham from minute 1 to minute 90. They might have hit the bar 3 times. But I feel like that would have been a little bit unfair on the performances that we really put out today. Because they were absolutely sublime, in honesty. Because it's been so hard for us this season, coming off the back against the win against Tottenham, having played Thursday and having to again play Sunday. My prediction was completely wrong. I predicted 1-0 purely for the fact I thought everyone would be completely knackered, but that wasn't to be, and it was absolutely just fantastic from the boys today. So refreshing, and I just loved seeing it, in honesty. So really happy that is the case, and it's definitely a day to be a Blue. 5-0 in the end for the Blues, and we have hammered the Hammers. Next game for ourselves is against Nottingham Forest, and it's going to be an interesting one in the race for top 6, and it is going to be so close in my opinion. Obviously, Man United play tomorrow against Crystal Palace, so it's going to be interesting to see if they actually if they drop points, and then it's going to be really tight in the table. So all we can do is do our best, win the games that we've got, and we've got 3 games left to end the season on a high and send off Thiago Silva in the best way possible. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this one, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.